In this version of the scenario, James uses his collaborative care strategies to good effect with a high level of motivational interviewing skills. He also shows an authoritative style within the relationship, firm but fair. He's aiming for a fair balance between partners, with both having their needs met but also taking into account the longer-term aim of strengthening the relationship with cooperation and care.
Hi Lisa, you there? Sorry I'm a bit late. Traffic tonight was awful. It took me an hour to get over the bridge. Must have been an accident or something. Fancy opening a bottle of wine? Thank goodness it's Friday.
I'm just in here. Yeah, that sounds good, but I'm just gonna go out for a quick run before dinner. I was caught up in the same traffic and didn't think there would be much point in me going to the gym. Otherwise I'd be late and you'd worry. I tried to call you, but you didn't answer. I did leave 2 or 3 messages. Did you get them?
I was in meetings all afternoon. So, looks like you're gearing yourself for another arduous exercise workout. I'm sensing some anxiety build up, Lisa.
I'm going for a run. I won't be long.
I'm just a bit confused. When we had that conversation a couple of weeks ago, you said that you really knew that you needed to try and curtail some of this exercise business. Otherwise the weight gain would be so much more difficult. Yet this week you've been at the gym every night after work, and then you've come home and you've done another 5 to 8 kilometre run. I mean, the two don't add up. Your intentions and your behaviour don't add up. I mean, can you help me understand a bit more?
This is something I need to do. You know it's important to me. I'm hugely stressed out at work at the moment, and my exercise schedule is the only thing that keeps me sane.
I can see you really want to rid yourself of this demon that's screeching in your ear 24/7. And I can see that because you're making such immense efforts by going regularly to your therapist. I can also see you're under a lot of stress at work. I can recognise that. What I'm having a bit of a problem with is the way you're dealing with the stress. On the one hand, we talk about meal plans and meal support, and on the other, you feel like you desperately need to lose weight. You know, I'm trying to give you a bit of meal support, trying to follow the DVDs, and then you're working it all off again. Just seems a bit counterproductive to me. Or am I doing this wrong? Any other options you can come up with for dealing with your stress?
Please, James, don't start. Not tonight. What page of the book is this all from? Is this an open question you're hitting me with? Why do you go on with it? I know I'm a total pain in the ass.
James uses reflections whilst reminding Lisa of a previous conversation they'd had regarding planned goals. He develops discrepancy between this conversation and Lisa's more recent behaviour. He hands responsibility back to Lisa by asking her what she thinks her other options are for perhaps dealing with the stress in a different way. James is careful not to be angry or sound disappointed. He takes a step down by saying he is confused.
I can't remember what page of the book it's from, but I can tell you why I'm carrying on with it. I love you deeply. I care for you, and I know how strong and resilient a person you are. I know that with the right support you can get your life back together again, our lives back together again. We used to enjoy life. Going to the pub, meeting friends, going to dinner. That's the life I'd like to enjoy again. I can see how hard it is for you, but I can also see your strength of character coming through in your efforts to beat this illness.
It is so hard, James. Sometimes I feel I'm on a losing streak and that it will totally take over. It just feels so overwhelming at times.
I know it is, Lise. But you can do it. Right. We've already worked out a plan on meal support. We eat breakfast and dinner together. Now, I don't know about you, but I think there's been some pretty great teamwork going on there between us. In fact, I think it's even brought us a bit closer, so that's a positive. We will beat this, you and I. You're the only person that can do it, but I'm there right behind you with my support.
Hear you say all of this, I don't feel much like running now. Look what you've done. I'm not sure I deserve you.
I'm behind you, Lisa. Not your eating disorder, it's your side I'm on.
I know you are. Which is exactly why I'm now taking my trainers off. Deep down, I know this voice that's continually chattering in my ears sometimes is not the friend I think she is.
Okay. So what should we do? Can I make a suggestion? How about if I cook dinner, and if you get stressed afterwards, we can talk about it then and come up with some suggestions of yours, not your eating disorders.
Maybe if we could go for a short walk, that might help take the sting out of it.
Sounds good to me. Not a 5k walk though. Alright, I've had a tough week at work and I need to be kind to myself. There's no way I'm putting myself through an arduous exercise routine on a Friday evening. Right, let's go. Come talk to me in the kitchen. There's a few things happened at work today I'd like to run by you. You've got a much better insight behind people's behaviour than I do. I could use some help in that department. You know what? We also have a little chat about the weekend trip to Prague we've been talking about. I saw some great offers today. Let's go.
Thanks, James. I appreciate you being around.
James emphasises his support for Lisa in her fight against her illness, highlighting their spirit of teamwork. James also separates the illness from Lisa. Externalising the illness can be a useful technique to avoid placing any blame on the sufferer. Asking Lisa if he can make a suggestion gives her the opportunity to come up with one of her own if this isn't acceptable. He sets his boundaries by role modelling self-care, then moves the conversation on by introducing non-eating disorder talk and plans for the future into their conversation, giving praise and love. Although sometimes difficult, it's very helpful if partners can get support and work collaboratively with the treatment team or centre in order to build up full 360-degree support for recovery.